Well, hello, live signatures friends. How are you doing? I hope you're okay. We've just concluded a very long series. We've been talking about productivity, and if this is the first time you're listening to these episodes, please note that live signatures episodes normally come every single day without fail. And of course, on Wednesdays, we do have conversations on topics related to purpose, productivity, and resilience with people who are exuding some of those traits. And these episodes are always inspiring, always clean, and always fresh. So welcome aboard. Today we have an opportunity to yet start another new series, and in this new series we're going to be talking about pro bono. How do you benefit when you make your purpose pro bono? When you go out there and you deploy your purpose without charging, what are some of the benefits that come out of it? It's going to be an interesting, short and crisp. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Life Signatures episodes are brought to you by AfricanBooks.com, which is an online ebook platform that seeks to broadcast the African Christian voice to the world. As such, they have become a hub for African content, connecting African writers and publishers with a global reading audience. Publishing your books on their site is free and easy, with authors having full control over their content and the price they choose to sell at it. I was personally blown away by the concept that AfricanBooks.com is coming up with. Things like no content from their site or their app is going to be run on laptops so that people can easily copy. In other words, your content as a writer is restricted from digital multiplication or digital copying. So you remain intact with your information. And the other concept that I got so blown away with was the fact that in some time to come, in due course, AfricanBooks.com will be starting to announce African Writer of the Year. In other words, there will be competitions in all African countries to figure out who is the best published author. And I also fell in love with the fact that countries can actually compete against each other. You can have African authors going at it after each other, and your book as an author will be reviewed and have some stars and recommended upon that particular platform. The thing is that it's an answer to Amazon.com. You know, with Amazon, what happens? You've got to have an account in the Americas or whatever, or in Europe before you can get paid as an author. But here, the local currency is in play and the local means of getting paid are in play. So to get started, go to AfricanBooks.com as an author or as a publisher, and even as a reader if you wanted to read your African favorite authors. Enjoy. Yeah, so first things first, if you love these episodes, if they are ministering to you, we've been creating a virtual incubator for purpose and for productivity and for resilience. And one way or another, if this tickles your imagination or improves your life in terms of thought, in terms of ideation, in terms of being encouraged and being inspired and being motivated, guess what? It means that it can also tickle someone else's imagination who is in your circle of influence. So you can as well share with these people in your circle of influence and let them know that there is a virtual incubator for purpose, productivity, and resilience, which is the Life Signatures podcast. Tell them it's daily and also weekly. And also ask them to subscribe whatever channel it is that you could be listening. If you have an app on your phone that has podcasts on it, you can subscribe using that app. Just look for Life Signatures Radio. It could be Podvine, it could be Google Podcasts, it could be Apple Podcasts, it could be Castbox, it could be Stitcher, whatever it is, just look for Life Signatures Radio and there it will be. Subscribe to it so that you don't miss an episode. So let's get down to business. 4 ways to benefit by deploying your purpose pro bono. We're not going to finish this in one episode, of course. We're going to break it down into several episodes, of course. Each way of benefit is going to take its own episode. But before we can even start looking at the 4 ways of benefiting when we deploy our purpose pro bono, we need to build some bit of foundation here. There's a man called William Blake. William Blake said the following powerful thing. He said, "I sought my soul, but my soul I could not see. I sought my God, but my God eluded me. I sought my brother to help him, and I found all 3. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like reading it again. I sought my soul, but my soul I could not see. I sought my God, but my God eluded me. I sought my brother to help him, and I found all 3. Powerful stuff. It tells you that there is a lot that goes on and there is a lot to benefit when we are not self-seeking. I know seeking God or seeking your soul, some people will say, when I'm seeking my soul, I'm seeking to be clear. I'm seeking clarity. I'm seeking self-awareness. Let me tell you, I am so big, I am so huge when it comes to self-awareness, seeking your soul. Let me tell you, one of the things that I have observed in my work as a coach, people do not know themselves. People seldom seek to find themselves. You ask people, what do you want out of this life? They don't have an answer. Some will tell you, I want money. Right? To do what with the money? Maybe just to spend it. That's not seeking to find yourself, seeking to find your soul. Others will be on another extreme, a huge extreme of seeking to find God. And let me also tell you here, God has to be sought. I am so huge on seeking God. I do believe the person who seeks and finds God is in a better place than a person who doesn't. But then the clincher of it all is when I go and seek to find a brother or a sister to help them. Maybe somebody in need. I'm just going out there to seek to help them. That's when I'll find all these 3, according to William Blake, and I'm tending to agree with him. When I seek to find help, to find someone to help them, I'll find myself. I'll find clarity. I'll find my awareness. I'll find my God. Because God is so big in helping other people. In fact, the way God has structured us in terms of existence on the face of the earth is so that we can deploy our purpose. And when we do deploy our purpose, guess what? We are helping. Purpose is always going to be about making an impact, making a transformation, making a contribution in the lives of others. The person who is deploying purpose is not seeking to help themselves primarily. The person who is deploying purpose is always seeking to help others. And therefore, when you help others, you find God. I know this sounds so uncanny for some people who are religious and spiritual. They will say, but you guy, it is in seeking God that I will be able to find, strength and spiritual direction to help others. Yeah, I tend to agree. But have you observed and have you seen, for the most part, that people who are religious are so mechanical in helping other people? They are doing it so that they can be able to, fulfill all righteousness. They are not doing it because it is a goal, it is some direction from their heart and from their souls. It is easy to be religious and to go through the motions of life, and therefore you find people advertising their giving. Oh, I went out there and I preached and 10 people got born again. Glory to God. No, there's no glory to God there, because you're already mouthing it out there. You've already said, I went, I preached, I. Glory to God. How? The point I'm making, brothers and sisters, is that all these three things are important. And perhaps the most potent that William Blake is telling us is when you find help, when you seek to help someone else. Don't leave God behind. Don't leave your soul behind, even as you go. So we're going to be talking about the 4 ways we can be able to benefit when we go out there to ostensibly help another human being. In other words, we already know our purpose. I know my purpose, and I am going out there to deploy my purpose pro bono. When you talk about organizations and corporate organizations, sometimes they have this thing they call corporate social responsibility. And sometimes, in fact, for the most part, some of these organizations, they deploy this CSR, again, to fulfill all righteousness in a selfish way. That's why they have one day in the whole year dedicated for CSR. But then there are few organizations out there who have embedded helping others and doing their work pro bono in their DNA, in the core of their existence. They have put there helping a brother, helping a sister. And therefore they have continuous projects in different areas. Like there's an organization that I know that has deployed their purpose and deployed themselves pro bono in terms of health, in terms of education and the environment. And they don't have to wait until it is CSR day. They are doing it in their existence every single month. They are existing to do something pro bono. And therefore, I want us to talk about how we benefit from deploying our purpose pro bono. As an individual, probably you've discovered that my purpose is to equip believers, or my purpose is to raise children. And at the end of the day, let me say this, that your purpose deployment has got to have a profit. You've got to earn from your purpose deployment. People normally think that I should just, because it's purpose and it's spiritual, I should just do it for free. No. Purpose has got to be deployed and you've got to have value created for it. Value, when created, has to be paid for. But then, how do we deploy this purpose pro bono? And how do we benefit when we're deploying this purpose pro bono? That's what I want us to start discussing in these episodes, in this new series, as far as that is concerned. What can we be able to learn? And I know it's like counterintuitive to say, what do I benefit when I do pro bono? It's like pro bono and benefit should not be in the same sentence, but you get my point. What I am raising is the consciousness in us to know that at all times, yes, we need to earn from our purpose, but we also need to give it out there for free. There's a book called The Go-Giver, written by Bob Berg. Go-Giver. And the analogy, the message in the book is that givers gain. So when it comes to your purpose, how can you gain when you give your purpose pro bono? We're going to talk about those thoughts in the succeeding episodes. But until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.